Hello, everybody. Welcome to my mystery card night. My name is Julia Green. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this is my mystery card night. So, mystery card night, I post in my Here with my Stamping with Julia page on Facebook some materials for you to gather and have ready and have on hand, and then we get together right here on Facebook Live, and we're going to create some cards together. And then I ask you at the end if you would post your creations in the comments of this video so that we can all see what everybody came up with. So if you're out there, say hi, so I know I'm not, talking to myself. So how is everybody tonight? Hopefully everybody's having a good day. I just came in from the garden, so I did scrub my hands, but I apologize. I have a gardening manicure. For some reason, even with the little scrubby brush, it's hard to get all the dirt out from underneath my fingernails. The only way is when I soak them. It comes out. So anyway, apologies for that. Hi, Susan. Congratulations on your retirement. How exciting. I know you guys have been planning this for a long time, so congratulations. Well deserved. And I'm sure you'll enjoy every minute of it. So if you have got all your materials, I have all my materials right here in my envelope that I need all cut out. I'm going to put the materials up there, so if you want to do a quick little screenshot, you can go ahead and just do a quick little screenshot of that. So you're going to need a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of cardstock, your choice of color, 2 pieces of DSP, 1 1/4 by 4 inches, again, whatever you choose, a piece of DSP that is 2 1/4 by 4, and then a white piece that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then you're going to want to grab a bundle or punch or whatever you want to use, whatever stamp set or whatever it is that you want to do. All right, Kelly, how are you? Hi, Chels. Hi, Chloe. How's it going? Last day of school for Chloe today. I now have a 4th grade granddaughter. How exciting is that, huh? And I just can't believe how big she's getting. Makes me feel old, Chloe. All right, but I guess you're only as old as you feel, right? Well, some days I feel pretty old, but anyway. All right, so do you have all your materials? Let me bring you back so that you can see my materials. Okay, so I have all my materials that I said to cut out there. I've grabbed my ink that I need, and those are your basic tools, your ink. You're going to want to have a cutter, some snips, all that fun stuff. But I am going to be using the Citrus Blooms stamp set, and this has a coordinating set of dies. Very nice, okay. It also has, it's actually part of a suite. And I'll bring the catalog in here real quick so that you can see. Oh, no, that's the other one I'm using. But right here, Mediterranean Blooms. I've done a lot with this in the last couple of days or last couple of weeks or whatever. Hopefully you're not getting bored with it, but I love this suite. I love everything about it. The beautiful matching DSP, all of it. It's just, it makes me happy. All right, so I'm not going to show you my finished project. I'm going to show you what I've gathered. All right, so I have my envelope. I put everything in my envelope. This is kind of how I organize myself, okay? So I have that 4 1/4 by 11 piece of cardstock. We are going to be using Night of Navy. I have the 2 pieces of DSP, 1 1/4 by 4 inches, and I am using the paper from the Mediterranean Blooms, okay? I then have a piece of 2 1/4 by 4, okay? Again, I'm using DSP from the Mediterranean Blooms. Look at the lemons on the other side. Isn't that fun? The lemons just make me really happy. I don't know why, but they do. Now, on the ingredient list, I said a white 4 by 5 1/4 piece, but I'm going to be using boho blue. And you'll see, you can use a light version. You don't have to use white or vanilla. You can use another coordinating color if you want. But you'll see how it all works out anyway, okay? And then I have, so that's what I asked you to gather. And then I have added some extra things, okay? I cut out the oranges from the DSP using the die. And then I have a little tag here from, Stylish Shapes. And that's going to be my salutation. And then I have another little strip of DSP that we're going to put on the inside. Okay, so grab that card base, the 4 1/4 by 11. And then you're going to want to grab your cutter. Okay. Let's get this all out of the way here. Get myself some room. Okay, so you're going to put it the long way on the 11-inch side. All right, and your first cut is going to be at 1 1/2. So you're going to put it at 1 1/2, and you're going to go ahead and cut that piece off. And just put that over there to save. Okay, and then you're going to come over to 2 1/2. Okay, and that's starting all the way over, go all the way over. So it's not like you're starting from this cut, you're starting from the edge. So you're going to go into 2 1/2, and we're going to go ahead and cut that piece off, and you're going to want to save that. Then you're going to grab the last one, and you're going to come in, and again you're going to come to 1 1/2 inches, and this time you're going to want to get that cutting blade out of the way, because this time you're just going to score. So you're going to go ahead and score that at 1 1/2. And you can go ahead and fold that over if you want. All right. Now, you're going to need all these pieces. So I'm going to start with, I'm going to put my base piece in here. So this would have been your 4 by 5 1/4 white. But like I said, I'm using boho blue. And you're just going to go right ahead and put that down here. In there like that, okay? Just like that, okay? Now, the piece of DSP that is 2 1/4 by 4, you're going to go ahead and mount that onto that 2 1/2 inch piece that you cut off of your card base. And I'm going to go ahead and put that right on there. All right, just like that. Now, these two little strips, the 1 1/4 by 4, you're going to put one of those on this piece right here. And you're going to put the other one on this piece down here. Just like that. Okay, so now you have this. Okay, now we're going to assemble. Okay, so this is how I assembled it. I just found this to be the easiest way. So we're going to put some adhesive, and again, you can use whatever adhesive you want. I use our Stampin' Seal Plus just because I really feel like it doesn't go anywhere. I feel like it's a really good adhesive, but if you want to use liquid glue, you could use whatever. And then we're going to put a little bit of adhesive right there. Okay. And we're doing this one in the center, okay? And then you're going to bring this piece and set this piece right down here at the bottom and hold it there with your fingers. Okay, I'm going to line that up nicely there. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive, whoops, as the adhesive sticks to my, we're going to put a little bit of adhesive right there. So you have a little bit on either end there and a little bit on either thing here, okay? And this is one of those things that you kind of feel like you need have about 10 different things. But I found that this was the best way to do it so that I got it right nice in the middle, okay? So we're going to just go right ahead and lay that right down there in the middle, okay? And there you have it. So there's your card base. And now we're going to decorate. All right, so I have this strip of DSP with the oranges on it. It also has that fun pattern on the other side. I'm going to use the strip with the oranges. I brought that down here, and I put that down here in the inside, just like that. Now, I have my salutation, and I am going to use Just Checking In. And I'm going to grab my Night of Navy ink. I'm going to grab a block. And I like to mount my little skinny ones like this on the end of a good size, I don't know what block this is. This is block D. So I like to put it on the end of block D. then I'll just grab a little bit of ink off the end of my ink pad here. Make sure that I got it nice and inked. Okay, and then I'm just going to put my just checking in right across there, just like that. Now, this guy I decided to put on with some dimensionals, and now I'm going to mount him on here. So I want to keep my dimensionals towards the center. I don't want them to get over too far because they'll hang over the outside. So I just went like this and did some in the center. Just like that. Sorry I'm late. You're not late, Sandy. I'm only doing my first one. So grab your materials and I'll be doing another one. How did I miss that? I have to catch the replay and assemble the supplies since I'm still at work. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to do another one. So, you know, you'll be able to catch up, or can always watch the replay, Candy. You know that. All right. So we're going to go ahead and put this right in there. Okay, right in the center. The just checking in, I put right across there. Again, just a little bit of stamping seal. And I'm just going to put that right in there. Right like that. Okay, just like that. All right, so here's my first one. Okay, and I'll show you my finished project, but there you go. Okay, so, and then on the inside of this one, other than just the orange, I also took the boho blue and I stamped off, and I stamped the orange image on the inside. But again, you're going to want to be careful where you stamp because you don't want it to stick out over here. You might, if that's what you're looking for, if you stamp a design or something on those outside edges. But for right now, I'm trying not to. I'm trying to just stamp on the inside. So you can see I did the single orange, and I stamped that off with a little bit of the boho blue. And there you go. Okay. And then I did the same thing with the Night of Navy, and I just stamped the orange down here in the corner because, we got to decorate our envelopes as well. Okay. So there's the first one. And I see some people came in late, so I'm going to throw up the ingredients again. There's our ingredients that you need to have. Okay. Take a screenshot of that. All right. And then I'll bring you back. Okay. So there's our first one. So I'm going to put him right over here. All right, so let's go ahead and clean up and put away this. And that'll give you a little chance, if you're just checking in, to grab your supplies. So we're going to put this in here. All right. And then we're ready for the second one. All right. The second one, we're going to use Country Flowers, okay? This is another great stamp set that's in the new annual catalog. If you don't have a catalog, let me know. I'll get you one. If you don't have a demonstrator that you already work with, I would love to be your demonstrator. But this Country Flowers is in the new catalog. Let's see. I think I have the pages marked here. Oh, let's see. Oh. Nope. This one. Is it this one? Yep, right here. Country Flowers. It's part of the Country Woods Sweet Selection. Okay. It also has a matching framelit set, which you can see in there. And if any of you guys are interested, right now, stamp and die bundles are on sale. So keep that in mind if you see anything that you like while we're gathering up our supplies here. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to show you our supplies. So I am using Basic Beige, right? Is it Basic Beige? Yeah. As my card base. Okay, so that's the 4 1/4 by 11. I have another envelope here. I have lots of supplies in this one. This one I am using white. So we have the white that is 4 by 5 1/4. We are using the DSP So I have 2 pieces of that cut at 1 1/4 by 4. I have that center piece that is 2 1/4 by 4. And then I have some extra things that we're going to decorate with. I've gone ahead and stamped and cut out. And so that's what we're going to decorate with. All right, so let's set that over there. Let's grab the stamp set, put that over there, and our supplies. Okay, so you're going to need your cutter. All righty, so bring your paper in on the 11-inch side, and we are going to cut it at 1 1/2. And so we're going to bring that over, and we're going to cut off a 1 1/2 inch piece, okay? Then we're going to slide it over to 2 1/2 inches, and we're going to cut off a 2 1/2 inch piece, okay? Now we're going to go to 1 1/2 again, this time leaving our cutter out of the way, okay? And we're going to come in with our scoring blade, and we're going to go ahead and score that last one, okay? And you can put your cutter away. All right, so let's go ahead and start. We're going to put our base piece in there. This time I am using white. And so we're going to go ahead and just mount that right in there. Oh, excuse me. All right. We have the 2 1/4 by 4 piece. I am using the DSP also from this suite. So we're going to go ahead and mount that right on there. Okay, we'll set that up there. And then our 2 pieces that are 1 1/4 by 4. We're going to go ahead and mount one of those on this piece. And then we're going to go ahead and mount the other one on the folded over part. Pretty simple card, but as you guys can see, what I like about Mystery Card Night is we can take like a simple layout, and then I get to show you it in a myriad of different ways of putting it together. So, all right, so this is probably the hardest part of this whole thing, is mounting it on here. And again, I like doing it this way because I want it to be in the center. So we're going to put a little adhesive there and a little adhesive there. I got a little over there that I don't want, so I'm just going to rub that off. And I have some of my fingers that I don't want, so I'm going to rub that off. All right, so we're going to bring this down and line this up at the bottom. Bring this one down. Oh, now we want to put a little adhesive here and a little adhesive there. Okay, and again, let's line this one up. Let's go ahead and put this right in the center, just like that, and then go ahead and press it down. Okay, now this card, we're going this way. We're going to do it a little different. So I'll bring in my sample and show you. Here's my finished sample. Okay, so we'll start by putting that strip of paper on the inside, decorating it. We're going to put that right in here. Just like that. I have this cute little bench that I've used the other DSP that's in this suite that looks like wood grain, and I've stamped that with Early Espresso. And that's going to be my little wood bench that I'm going to put right there. Just like that. Okay, now I've cut out a circle with the Stylish Shape dies, and then I've cut out a circle with the dappled circles, okay? And it just sticks out just a little bit around the edge, which I really like that a lot. I've gone ahead and I've stamped the teapot that's in this stamp set, and then I did the roses as well, okay? So I'm going to grab my scrap piece of paper, and I'm going to grab my blends. So for this one, I decided to use, we have light and dark petal pink. Okay, we have light and dark old olive. We have light and dark Calypso coral, because to me, Calypso coral is like the darker version of the petal pink. And then we have light and dark daffodil. So let's start with our teapot. We're going to go ahead and color that in with the light petal pink. And we're just going to give that a all over color here. I really like the colors in this paper and in this set. I think it's really pretty. Very country. For any of you guys that have been to my house know that I live in I'm in a pretty rural area, lots of wildlife, and my house is very much decorated, very country. All right, so now I'm coming in with the dark petal pink, and we're just going to give that some shadowing. Okay. Do the handle a little bit. Just like that. All right, and once we have that colored, I'm just going to go right ahead and set him on my little stool. How cute is that? All right, now our flowers on here, which happen to be roses. So I'm going to start with light old olive, and I'm going to come in and do all my greenery. If you haven't played around with our Stampin' Blends, I highly recommend it. They are fabulous markers. I enjoy them a lot. All right, so we have, just want to make sure I'm getting all my leaves here. And on that one, I did this green, and technically that shouldn't have been green. It should have been part of the rose. I was not paying attention when I was doing that. This is part of the leaf. Oh, no, I did it again. Oh, well, it looks fine. We got a leaf over here that I missed. Right? No, I think I got them all. And then I took my old olive and just went over the stems a little bit. And I stamped all this in basic gray. So when you're using the alcohol markers, you can use any of our inks pretty much as your base color. And I just went with the, I actually didn't use, I just did the light old olives, or the light daffodil. And I gave all these guys a little color. Kind of reminded me of Forsythia, but Forsythia and roses aren't out at the same time, so I don't know. It's some kind of like little yellow filler flower. Nobody wants me to be politically correct as to what times things are blossoming, right? All right, now we're gonna do the light Calypso Coral. I'm gonna have to put this one on my list because this one is drying up. My markers get a lot more use than most people's, so but I'd have to say that they're all several years old before I've had to buy new ones. All right, and then we're gonna come in with the dark Calypso Coral, and we're just gonna give it a little highlight here and a little shadowing. Just like that. All right, now I'm gonna grab those dimensionals again. Get rid of this. And I only want to put my dimensionals on the bottom part of my image because, again, I don't want it to stick to that back side. So I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals on there. And I basically had this come down so it looked like it was hanging out of the teapot. And I did it at an angle so that you still saw the teapot, but you didn't have this going over the edge of your card. Just like that. Okay? Alrighty, now let's grab the Calypso Coral, and I'm going to use So Lucky to Know You. Nobody's making comments. Does that mean everybody's busy making their cards? All right, so we're going to put this down like this. I like to use my mat here, and then I kind of get it straight on the block. That's a good way to start, pretty much. All right, so lucky to know you. We're going to go ahead and stamp that on the stylish shape circle first, which has a little bit of detail around the outside edges, like a little stitching detail. Okay. And we're just going to go right ahead and mount that to the dappled circle. And like I said, it just barely pokes around, and I love it because it just gave it a little something. And again, a couple of dimensionals. And we're going to put that right next to it. Just like this. Okay. So lucky to know you. Alrighty. Now, I was looking through my bling, and I found these Adhesive Back Pearl Trio. And I'm going to grab 3 of these on the end. And we just did 3 pearls down here. And they kind of look like iridescent Calypso coral. So that's what I went with. Okay, there. So there's number 2. And we did it at a little different angle this time. We did it at the horizontal instead of vertical. Okay, so there's number 2. Now, number 3, I picked Poised Peony. And this is on the same page with, and I used this stuff the other day too, but this is really fun. Let's see, it's in the beginning of the book here. These are the Frames and Flowers, DSP, and the Poised Peony stamp set, okay? And so those can be found on pages 28 and 29. So that's what I'm using for my next one. And I'll go ahead and I'll show you the card. We'll start out. Now this time we're going to put it over to one side, okay? But we still have where it opens. And so you can see, and then we put the DSP on the envelope, matching envelope. All right, so let's put my sample over here. My envelope and the DSP, I'm just going to set over there. Make sure I have all my supplies on my envelope. There we go. I'm going to set that over there with my sample. So here we go. 4 1/4 by 11. We're using we're using Pretty Peacock. Whoa, could not remember that for the life of me. Now, the white 4 by 5 1/4, we're using this piece from the DSP. Okay, we're going to put that. It's going to be in there. Then we have the 2 strips that are the 2 pieces 1 1/4 by 4. So we're using, again, some from the DSP. And then we have all of our fun stuff to decorate with afterwards. Okay, and these are all the die cuts from that package of paper as well. All right, so let's start with our main piece. Grab your cutter. All righty. So at 1 1/2 inches, you're going to cut a 1 1/2 inch piece off. Okay, and then you're going to slide it over to 2 1/2 inches. Cut a 2 1/2 inch piece off. Again, slide it over to 1 1/2 inches. And you're going to go ahead and score at that 1 1/2 inches. Alrighty. Go ahead and... So we're going to start by putting our main piece down like this. This is the white piece, the 4 by 5 1/4. But like I said in the beginning, you can use whatever lighter color you want, as long as it's something that somebody can write on the inside of the card, or that you can write on the inside of the card. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put this. This is the 1 1/4 by 4 piece. This is going to go here. Alrighty. This is going to go, this is the other 1 1/4 by 4 piece. Now this time I eliminated the piece that's 2 1/4 by 4, okay? Which you can do that if you want. If it's a, you just want to use, you'll see, well, you saw. Alrighty, so then we just have this piece. So we're not putting DSP on this one this time. We're just going to leave it plain. But we're going to go ahead and line us up here. We're going to put a little adhesive there, a little adhesive there, and then a little bit on either end of this. Okay. And Julie already went and made a mistake. So let's see if we can roll that adhesive off with our finger. That's another reason I like to use the Stampin' Seal, is because if you do make a mistake, you can pretty much take your finger and just rub it off. Okay. Now, on this one, I decided to have it over to the side. Where is my sample? That's always helpful if I'm looking at my sample. All right, so we're going to want to put a little adhesive over here and a little adhesive over here. All right. Line this all up, and we're going to put this right over here like this. And the original reason I did this was because I thought about putting the salutation over here, but then I decided at the last minute I wasn't going to do that. And so see, on my original one, I'm actually over further because I thought Best Birthday Wishes was going to fit in there, but it didn't. So anyway, you can put it over to one side. So Best Birthday Wishes is in the Poised Peony. We're going to grab that out. We have one of our deckled circles, and I said dappled before, but it's deckled circle dies. All right, we got the Pretty and Peacock ink. Oops. All right, Best Birthday Wishes. Just like that. Now, this piece I did on the inside because that matches my envelope. So I did that across the bottom on the inside. Just like that. Okay. Now, these guys, I did, let's see. So, Best Birthday Wishes. Let's go ahead and put some dimensionals on that. So, what do you guys think? Is everybody busy making their cards? Like I said, pretty simple, but look at all the different things that you can do with the different bundles or whatever. Mix and match. Possibilities are endless. All right, so we're putting a little adhesive on this guy, and this is going to come out of the bottom here and be on this bottom piece, just like that. Okay. Then we decided to use, this, will that fit up there and not show? Maybe if we do it just right. Yep. All right, so we're going to do this one on the inside. Listen to the girls. They're making all kinds of noise out there. I'm not really sure why, but they are. Oh. Look at that. Perfect. Hidden on the inside. Then we're going to take this guy. Oh, my adhesives get all wacky doodle there. And we're going to put him over here. Then we're going to put some dimensionals on this one. Just like that. I'm going to put a couple dimensionals on these, the extra flowers that we had here. This one. So I'm going to put a flower down here. Another dimensional on here. And we're going to put a flower right there. Alrighty. And then I grabbed the bronze butterflies and put them on there, but I don't have any more of those. So I happen to have out those backed pearl trio. And so this one here looks, whoa, this one here looks kind of, so I'm going to go ahead and put those on here. So I did one there. I did one up here. I'm going to do it right there. I have, whoa, what is going on? Why are they picking off here? Okay. It went flying, and it's underneath something, so. All right, and then one down here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I only did 4. Well, that's unlike me. Oh, I did one on the inside. I won't do that one on the inside, though, because the pearls are going to... So I'm just going to do 3 on that one. But I did do 5 with the butterflies. I like the butterflies. I just don't have any more of the butterflies. I guess I have to put them on my order, too. All right. So there's that one. And then we put the DSP on the envelope, matching envelope. Fun, fun, fun. All right, last and final sample I have for you this evening is, let's put these over here, as we'll get those all out at the end, and I'll show you everything at the end. Okay, so my last and final sample for you guys this evening is using the Wildly Flowering Suite collection, okay? This one is on pages 40 and 41, and if you like the little tidbit that I show you tonight, this is the suite that I'm going to be using Friday night for my Friday Night Live, okay? So, stop back Friday night, and you'll get to see some more samples done with this beautiful suite. All right, so 4.5 by 11 Misty Moonlight. We are using, oh, there's the envelope. We are using this piece as our inside piece. So this is our white 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. I have a scrap piece of white to do my salutation on. I have this beautiful paper is going to be, these are my 1 1/4 by 4s. This is my 2 1/4 by 4. And then I have these beautiful little things to decorate with. And they're not all coming out of my envelope. There we go. All right, so here's my card. Is this not pretty? Sending happy thoughts. Okay. And so when you open it up, there's the inside. Okay. And we did stamp on the envelope. What did I do with that sample envelope? Is it right here? Yep, I did stamp on the outside of this envelope. Okay. So grab your cutter. Let's do the base part. So we are going to cut at 1 1/2. Cut a 1 1/2 piece off. 2 1/2 piece. Score at 1 1/2. Okay, go ahead and fold that over. Here's your inside piece. Look at this DSP. Is this not gorgeous? Stop back Friday night. I'm going to make lots more samples with this bundle or with this suite. All right. So we're doing, this is the 4 by 5 1/4 piece of white, but we're using this. And if you look at this really close, it looks like burlap or, yeah, or linen. It's very cool. All right. And then these guys. There's some more, another little sneak peek of the paper on the back side there. But we're going to do this strip across here. Alrighty. And the other one is going to go down on the other piece. Where did the other piece go? Here we go. This does seem to have kind of direction to it. That's the only other thing that I didn't mention in the directions was that, you know, directional, but you guys can figure that out. You guys are all good. All right, and then we have this piece. This is our 2 1/4 by 4 that's going to go on the center here. I'm getting down there, so my Stampin' Seal is just, it gets very hard when it gets down to the end of the roll. Alrighty, now we're going to put this on the bottom, right in there. Isn't that pretty? We're going to go ahead and mount this guy, one of these. I have 3 of them here. We're just going to go ahead and put this guy right up here at the top. Just like that. Bring this one in. Let's put a little adhesive here and a little adhesive there. And then some at either end of this piece. Okay, line this all up. Go ahead and mount this. Just like that. And there's that base part of your card, okay? And now it's just decorate. And look at this framelit. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. All right, so I did do this with dimensionals around the outside edge. And I have to tell you, I used the whole dimensionals and then discovered that it was sticking over here. So you might want to, I happen to have this sheet of dimensionals here. And I'm going to cut some little pieces along the edges here to get me some little dimensionals. So I'm going to put one up here at the top. I did one over here. I did 2 on either side. I'm sorry, I'm out of the screen. How many times have I been out of the screen? You guys aren't yelling at me. Is that because you're all really busy making your cards? I hope so. And please, please share them in the comments to tonight's video, because I think it's so much fun if we all share. All right, and one there, one there. All right, one more to go down here on the end. Okay, let's go ahead and peel off our backs and throw them in the garbage can. That doesn't always make the garbage can, but the vacuum comes and eats them up. Or Max comes and lays in them, and then he takes them all over the house. All right. Whoops. Sticking to everything but what I want it to stick to here. All right, hang on. All right. Grab it where it's not sticky. There we go. And then line it up. Just like that. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now I have this strip of 3/4 inch white piece of paper. Sending happy thoughts. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to put that on a block. Like I said, I kind of like to line it up like that, and then I pick it up. All right. This is Misty Moonlight. All right, and we're going to go right ahead and stamp that on that 3/4 inch piece of white that I got out of my scrap pile, by the way. All right, and all I did was I took my snips and I just cut at an angle on both ends. Going the same way, just like that. Now, I did grab my liquid glue and I put a couple of dots on either side of this guy. Whoops. Yeah, all of a sudden it come flying out. And then I just laid this across like that. Give it like the 30-second thingy. Now these guys, you're going to want to put a dimensional in the back of both of those. And I used the technique to color these, the marker to stamp technique, using the Stampin' Write markers that I did, I believe, Sunday morning. So if you haven't checked out my Sunday morning video, please go check that out. Okay. And there you have it. Whoops, we got a little extra glue on this. It's oozing here, so we're going to leave that open. Alrighty. So there's our final one. So if you like this suite, just let me know. And then I embellish this with the Moody Mauve twine. Okay, so that's on mine too. So you can just, like I said, you can just embellishment, go kind of crazy, grab a suite, grab a couple different suites that you might have, and then just kind of go crazy. So hopefully you guys have all enjoyed what I brought for you guys tonight. I am going to bring all my samples back out here and kind of clean up my mess so that you can see all my samples. Alrighty, let's see. And then we have this guy with our matching envelope. So we're gonna put him over. Let's back us up a little bit. I had us closer, but let's back us up so that I have a bigger screen to put everything in. Alrighty. Alright, and then we have this guy. This one I didn't decorate the envelope, but I probably will do that at some point. So we're just gonna put that there. We don't need the envelope because we didn't decorate the envelope. This one here we did. Just checking in. All right, was that everybody? I think that was everybody. All right, so there's 4 samples using the card. We did one going the opposite way. All right, pretty simple. You're not using any extra materials really than what you would normally use on a card, but it's just something a little fun and a little different. So let's see if I can get them all on the screen here. Let's see. All right, what do you think? All right, guys, so if you've created cards tonight, please put them in the comments to this video after I post the video. All right, and I think, let's see, New Paper Pumpkin. Don't forget the bundle sale. I keep forgetting to tell everybody about the bundle sale. But it also, the die machines are also on sale. So just kind of remember that. The die machines and bundles are 10% off. If you're a demonstrator like me, that's really cool because then they're 10% off on your discount. So depending on where you are in your demonstratorship, depends on what your discount is. Normally, a new demonstrator would get 20% off. So if you signed up, you would be able to buy bundles and stuff right now for 30% off. Good deal. Everybody loves a deal, right? New Paper Pumpkin has dropped. This one is going to be, you have until July 10th to order this one. This would be the July one. It's called Painted Petals. Y'all know me. I love me some flowers. So that one, I just like the box. The box is going to be really cool. I like to display those boxes in here when they're pretty and they're on my shelf and stuff. So love the box. Anyway, there's the add-on that goes with the next 3 months. So this is going to be July, August, and September's add-on. All right, very fun. We've got some new online exclusives that have dropped, and I'll give you a little sneak peek, but there's one that's going to drop. These are all going to drop July. I want to say July, like the 1st of July, but it might be like the 5th of July or something like that. I'll look and get the date anyway. I have been able to pre-order some of these, so you might see some samples done with these coming up. Next Wednesday night, I have a in-person class at what it's called the Nutmeg Fudge Company. She's in Torrington. She has this great back room that kind of has like a 50s diner candy shop type of vibe. And we'll be back there, and we are going to be making birthday cards, and we are going to have ice cream. So we're going to be making birthday themed cards, and we will be enjoying ice cream while we're making the cards. If you're interested in that, the class is $20. You have to pay in order to reserve your spot. Just let me know. I can give you directions. It's very easy to get to, and it's a lot of fun. Also, this Friday night, I have an in-person class here at my home. You'll be making 5 cards. That one costs $15, and those are summer-themed cards. However, the weather forecast for Friday does not look very nice, and the travel to get to my house is not as easy as it used to be. So I might end up postponing that just because of the weather that they have forecast. They're talking really bad thunderstorms, high winds, And you basically have to drive through the woods to get to my house now. So I don't want people driving through the woods in really bad weather. So anyway, update on that. I will keep you updated. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Hopefully you've had fun with my little mystery card. I love doing these. My upline Linda started doing these in the team meeting. I love doing them in the team meeting. I just think this is really, really fun to just have a, send out some materials and then just see what everybody comes up with whatever you have laying around on top of your table. And these were my 4 samples from tonight. So hopefully you've enjoyed them. I love all 4 of these bundles or suites that I used. And if you are interested in purchasing any of them, the link will be in the comments to the video, and you can screenshot my website is right there now too. So, all right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Enjoy the rest of your evening. My husband is due back any minute. He was supposed to come back, and we were going to do some grilling out on the barbecue, and we're going to actually sit out on the front porch. I actually have my front porch finally cleaned off of baby plants and my table that's out there, so we can actually sit, have a glass of wine and dinner, and enjoy the evening outside. So hopefully that's all something that you are also able to do. Stop back Friday afternoon, because I am going to do the live event here at my house. My Facebook Friday will be at 4 o'clock. Okay. So that I will be all ready to, if I do have the in-person thing, depending on the weather. Sunday is Father's Day, but we have Sunday morning coffee and a card. Lots going on here with Stampin' with Julia. And all this information you can find on my website. It's all on my calendar, which the link is right there on the screen. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to stop babbling at you. Thank you so much. And please, please, please share your creation in the comments to the video as I post it. And hopefully you had as much fun as I did with this fun mystery card night. All right, guys, as always, thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll all be stamping together real soon.